Da li imaš neki film ili seriju koja ti je onako obeležila 2019. godinu?
Nowadays, I look to just influence my own actions. That is all I want to do. I want to just focus on my own tiny little sphere.
Yeah.
Wash my hair.
People call us like influencers, but everyone is a micro-influencer.
Micro-influencer.
Everyone is a micro-influencer because of social media. Danny, do you know what ide gas means?
Yeah, give gas. What is the truth but a lie agreed upon?
Dobrodošli u još jedan podcast Sirova Priča. Čisto da znate, mi smo trenutno izbacili samo jedan podcast sa Tozom i Singerom. Imamo 3 podcasta pre ovog, tu su Gliš, Buds, Leni i Vi ste ve. Tako da, verovatno će ovo biti mart mesec kad izađe ovaj podcast, ali srećna nova godina svima. Danas imamo jednog veoma specijalnog gosta, koji mi je bio cimer jedno 2 nedelje ovdje u Novom Sadu. Došao je iz Amerike, Los Angelesa, a to je naš dobar drugar Daniel Grozdić.
Zdravo ljudi, kako ste? Ja sam bolestan.
Malo je prehlađen.
Tako da.
Danny, you want to speak in Serbian or in English?
Pa probat ćemo u Serbian.
Srpski, ja?
Šta, ne mogu u srpski, onda ću pričati engleski.
Okay, no, we can do it in English, actually.
Okay.
Even
better.
We can do half and half.
Kako hoćeš, brate.
Okay, today we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about time travel, talk about Instagram, talk about our favorite shows. Odlično.
Ja jedva čekam. Hey.
Ti si ovdje kod mene proveo dosta vremena gledajući serije, Netflix, filmove. Da li imaš neki film ili seriju koja ti je onako obeležila 2019. godinu?
I mean, onaj Marvelous Miss Maisel. I like the costumes, the outfits, and then the...
What's the time of the...
They start, I think, in the 50s and they go into the 60s. And I think they're about to get into the 70s where it's about to get real, like...
No spoilies. And what's your favorite movie?
2019, it would be... I like Ford versus Ferrari.
I haven't seen it.
I liked it.
You like cars.
I like cars. I like the Ford versus Ferrari. I like the idea, the story, the mechanic, the race driver, the whole bit. Shelby, you know? Mm-hmm. And they really explore. I like movies that explore something that I know like almost nothing about, but they tell the story in a way where you learn about the thing as well as like it's interesting.
Because it's actually a historical event.
Yeah, or it doesn't even have to be, but like based on a true story is close enough for me.
Yeah, it's like based on a hobby that some people do have.
Yeah.
Like fanatics that show you their passion towards that subject.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've seen Bombshell.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about that Richard guy from Fox News.
There you go.
Now I know. I've seen Vice last year, and I learned about freaking
Dick Cheney.
And
Bush and the relationship there.
I like those kind of movies where you like you said, you know nothing about that topic. You see it, you explore it.
My favorite part of the Dick Cheney movie, what's it called?
Vice.
Is when he's like, that one guy's like, you gotta keep me in, and he's like, it's a gentle touch. We're gonna need a gentle touch.
Yeah.
Like the idea that a person like doesn't need to be loud or anything, but just kind of like understands the situation is like, we're gonna need to go with a more gentle, and it's like, oh yeah, like guys.
Well, that's the question that I asked myself when I was watching Bombshell. Like, you're the president of a company. Okay.
Isn't that cool enough?
Yeah, but do you have internal motives? Like, okay, you have the money.
Right.
Okay, you have the power, but what is it that you want in life?
Right?
Are you unfulfilled from the inside or what?
No, I don't know, but like people, I don't understand a lot of super duper powerful type people. Because like if you look at like the richest guy in the world right now is Jeff Bezos.
Okay.
Right? 100 and whatever billion dollars. Like he could literally do whatever. Well, why does he keep...
Yeah.
Does
he have kids? Does he have a wife? Does he have a hobby? Wife. Does he have a fucking hobby?
I'm sure he does. He sends rockets into space.
That's a hobby.
Yeah. I mean, like I read somewhere that he sells $1 billion worth of stock every year. So he sells $1 billion worth of stock every year just to fund a rocket program that shoots satellites or whatever, I don't know, some fucking thing into space. Like Elon Musk and SpaceX, they get all kinds of press because they're a company that makes money.
Yeah.
This dude just spends that money just like, oh, I have giggles. Now here's my theory.
Yeah?
I got a theory. We're all living in a simulation of some kind, right?
Okay.
And these dudes have tapped in to the AI. You know, the artificial intelligence that is the reason we are in this simulation. And they're just kind of like, they have the ultimate cheat code. You know what I mean? Because if you think about it, they're like internet companies, they're computer companies, and they came up and now they've got unlimited resources, unlimited whatever. And they're now testing the limits of the program by going into space and going into like...
That's some Truman Show shit.
Yeah. They're like, you know, we're going to drive to whereverville and they want to see where the edge is. That's the theory.
My favorite movies from last year were certainly, I've seen it like a couple of days ago. I've seen The Irishman. I've seen also Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I've seen A Marriage Story.
Oh my God.
And
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Excellent film.
I have the soundtrack on the CD. Like Tarantino freaking delivered it. A big plus for that movie, I mean, I've seen it twice in the theater. First time I've seen it with Toza and Igor. They're like guys that I watch good movies with. Guys who do respect like the culture and the cinematic history.
Cinema, yeah.
And later I've seen it with like a couple of friends who got super bored. They were like, this movie's boring.
Really?
They're not the type of people who are like, we want action. They knew that they were getting into a Tarantino movie. They're like, it's not our cup of tea. And I can completely understand it. I can understand that.
Hateful Eight?
Yeah, I know. But
did they like Hateful Eight more?
I didn't ask them, but
Dude, Hateful Eight was so gory.
I loved the Hateful Eight because I loved the Agatha Christie type of deal. You know, that mystery and all that, like, you can't trust nobody, you know?
What about Django?
And Django Unchained, yeah.
Like that was another level of bloodfest.
Well, Tarantino, what he does is, I mean, I'm an amateur talking about it, but I love how he portrays a true historical event up until the moment where it gets freaking bloody.
When he delivers justice where history didn't.
That you know that the history stops there.
Yeah.
In Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Django Unchained, and Inglourious Basterds.
Yeah.
That's what I love about it. And it's like, this is a love letter to the 60s.
Yeah.
Okay, the year 69.
Fantastic.
And I do a lot of research when I watch a good movie, or even a bad one. And I've seen his...
Before or after?
After.
Yeah.
Sometimes before. I stumble upon one interview that intrigues me and gets me to watch it. I stop right there. I hate when I see a trailer that like reveals the whole freaking movie.
This is the worst.
But Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I was not informed of the Manson murder. I didn't know anything about Manson. After seeing the movie, I did all of the research.
Yeah.
And what I love about Tarantino is he's a cinephile. Okay, he's crazy. He's a combination of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But I love that he has the passion. Not a lot of directors in the 21st century have that passion. Scorsese has it as well. Like
passion.
Wes Anderson.
I think you have to. I mean, if you're at that level, you have to have passion.
There comes a moment when you are in
Maybe they're not psychotic about it.
Yeah, but in Hollywood, I've seen BoJack. I mean,
sure.
I've seen a lot of shows that kind of show me the behind the scenes of all of that, like Hollywood and everything.
So you're basing your judgment on directors on a fictional cartoon horse show. Like,
look, Danny,
I know how Hollywood works. I saw BoJack Horseman. Let me tell you what directors are like.
No, but those are like elements.
Yeah.
And you and I are also in like all of that, like when you're a creator type thing, when you talk about with people who are like producers, who are managers, who are like in the showbiz.
You're throwing the word creator around like, all right, hold on a second. Let me first take a step back.
Okay.
I am as much a creator as anyone on the planet.
I know.
Anyone with a cell phone is a creator.
That's what I wanted to tap into later. People call us like influencers, but everyone is a micro-influencer. Everyone is a micro-influencer because of social media.
Nowadays, I look to just influence my own actions. That is all I want to do. I want to just focus on my own Tiny little sphere.
Yeah.
Wash my hair when I can.
You didn't do it today.
Not today. But maybe later. I mean, it's still early. We're going to get some pizza. I'm going to wash my hair. Got a big day planned.
No, that's what I wanted to tap into later.
Okay.
The topic, the segue is Instagram.
All right.
And we're going to talk about it after a short break.
I love it. I love it. He's got a break. Is this a break now?
Yeah, it's a break.
Okay, let's do it. All right, we're back from our break.
We
ordered a pizza. What kind of pizza do we get?
Savoca pizza.
Savoca bez
Šampinjona.
Pečurke.
Bez šampinjona, pečurak.
Bez šampiona. Nećemo mi šampioni jesti.
Yeah.
Nećemo. Ja neću. Ti možeš. Koji šampion hoćeš, ja neću. Ne volim ukus šampiona.
Ajmo sam malo na srpskom da pričam.
Ajmo onda.
Okay. Pre nego što nastavimo sa pričom, da vam kažem, imate dole link od našeg SoundClouda, gde možete da prvo čujete naš podcast koji će izaći pre videa. Tako da ako želite čujete podcastove koji još uvijek nisu izašli, imate dole link od našeg SoundClouda.
Linko ješ.
Možete to da slušate i bez toga da gledate video. Možete slušati preko svog telefona, možete ga čak i zaključati dok slušate ili ga staviti na glasno dok perete sudove.
Da. Ja uvek slušam ja Krštanom podcastuje.
What's the name of our podcast?
Jasršten, the podcast. No, is it?
Sirova Priča.
Oh, really?
It's transcribed into raw story.
Sirova Priča.
And sir is also the food.
Da.
Može ovako, malo ćemo o Instagramu da pričamo, jer svako od nas je tehnički mikroinfluencer.
Da.
I ono što mi je fascinantno, sad smo u januaru, danas je koji januar? 9. januar.
2 popodne, 9
Danas, ovih dana je ona velika katastrofa u Australiji.
Oh, yeah.
Ja, požari i vidim na Instagramu samo ljudi kače da je požar u toku, da svako može da pomogne na neki način, što je naravno divno, ali ne mogu da ne primetim da ljudi okače recimo story sa tim, a oma sledeći story je story kako snimaju se snimaju sebe, kako im onaj filter pokazuje koja je se Disney princeza, koja si lik iz Cartoon Networka, i onda okače sliku pored nekog automobila ili evo me na skupocenom putovanju. Malo mi je to kontradiktorno. You know, it kind of plays off. Like, do what you can do to help get $2, but then look at me in this expensive place, expensive restaurant.
Think about me. Remember me? Don't forget about me.
Yeah, I want to feel loved.
Nemoj da zaboraviš mene.
Po meni Instagram je tu da svako leči tu neku prazninu svoju koju ima i želi pažnju na neki način. Ja se malo ježim Instagrama zbog toga.
Ja mislim da Instagram possesses the power to kind of create a collective consciousness. Mm-hmm. So if you get enough people thinking about a thing, positive, I mean, the thought is the first thing that occurs. And then the action that follows that thought, that's the actual physical manifestation of the thought. So if you get enough people thinking about a thing, some of those people might take action towards the positive outcome. Right? So I don't think it's negative at all.
It's not.
It's like prayer or meditation or just anything like that. I think Instagram is kind of like that in the sense that it's like, here's what I'm thinking about. The problem is if you think that's enough, if you think thinking about a thing is enough, you've done nothing. You've done zero. You know, you took a selfie, that was literally nothing had been done. You know, it's the action after the thought that where lives change or things start helping. It's not the people who think about the disaster relief. It's the people that go to the mailbox and send, you know, the sweaters or the jackets or whatever it is they need.
What I think it does, it sends a bad example of people thinking, I did my part by reposting this, because to help people, repost this post.
Right.
I mean, I've seen a situation where they were like, let's get thousands of followers on this account. And then the people who are at this account, they're going to sell it and use the money to raise charity.
That's thoughtlessness.
What I'm saying is that people see what's going on in the world.
Okay.
And they think by liking something, they did their part.
They did their part.
Yeah, they feel humble.
But that was enough.
That was enough. And we're not just gonna talk about this.
Well, it might have been.
Well, look,
It might have been.
I'm gonna put a couple of links in the description where people can actually like donate.
Right.
I actually donated. I have my AdSense money, which is not that big. $12. But I have that money on the side, not to like only pay for like Netflix and shit like that. Pizzas. No, I use that money. I used it like for Patreon.
Cool.
A couple of times to support creators.
Okay.
I used that to support some creators.
Oh, very cool.
And I used it like for charity. Like Joe Nation has a charity, Free the Wave, in charity pants. I donated there because
Fun.
yeah. I'm
Awesome.
like,
I'm
if
my
I
own
know
favorite charity, so I don't usually.
like, I'm kind of skeptical about charities because I'm not that informed. Like, is that money really going to some good use, or is it going to pay the check of the person who is doing the charity? You know?
Yeah, something like, what was it, like 10 cents of every dollar donated
that's
actually gets
bullshit.
to the kid or
That's
something.
bullshit.
You're just like,
So before I like donate to any charity, I want to make sure that that money is not like paying the person who's doing the charity.
you want an audit of their financial statements.
Yeah. Or if I want, I'll give something that's like a sweater, like you said.
I never give money either.
Yeah. That's the thing.
I
So,
do. Sometimes I do.
ako želite, imate link u opisu da donirate, eto, tu su neki charities.
Sometimes giving money is a terrible idea, though.
Really?
I was in Belgrade.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
I was at a cafe in
Tell
Belgrade.
this story. Yeah.
And this toothless woman, wild gypsy-haired woman, comes up to me and she says, "Ima nešto sitno. Da li ima nešto sitno?" And I was like, "Nemam ništa sitno." And I pull out my wad of money and I have these 2,000 dinar notes, which is about $20. It's not nothing to me, you know, given my financial status, but I thought, you know, I'm going to make her life, right? So I give her the 2,000 dinars, and she's like so happy. She's like, is he siguran? And I was like, no. Well, fucking sure, but, you know, Merry Christmas. Srećan Božić. Dete u Isuse, you know? And she was like, oh, hvala, you know, the whole thing. And then she goes off. She just, you know, thank you, and I'll take. She smiles, all three of her teeth, you know. I'm looking at her. I'm like, get a toothbrush. Get some goddamn dental shit going on there. It's cheap in this country, goddamn it. Anyway, she takes off. She disappears. And the next thing you know, another person of the gypsy variety, you know, a street vagrant of some sort, comes up and is like, and I was like, I'm tapped out. Like, that was kind of gave everything to her. Like, I was like, no, I'm good. And she's like staring at me. Like, she looks down at her phone, looks at me, and she's like, oh, that's you. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, what is this? Like, now I'm on a list. Now I'm on some billboard somewhere. And literally, while we were sitting there, like 25 people, they just kept coming. They just kept coming with the kids and the babies and the uncles. They're like, someone's handing out free money. Well, let's go get it. And I just kept being like, I'm sorry. And my friend, Milan.
We were there, yeah.
From Australia.
Yeah.
He gives one of these people 10 dinar. And she looks at it. She looks at him and she's like, šta ću ja sa ovo? And he's like, pa ne znam. I mean, she's like, ne mogu ništa kupiti so. She's like, pih. She like literally spits on him. Yeah, budala. And he's just like, I get spit on for giving you fucking free money? She's just like, you know, and then she walked off. And at that point, I think the message had been received by everyone.
Yeah.
But anyway, so when I have a bunch of money in my pocket and someone asks, I'll give it to them. But after that experience, I'm just kind of like, I don't know. Now, Jerry Seinfeld, people ask him, you know, he's worth $100 billion or whatever. Actually, he's probably worth close to, yeah, well, anyway. Is it 100? No, it's not 100 billion. It's probably like, I don't know, 10 billion. I don't know, some insane amount of money. And they asked him, they go, you know, what do you do, rich guy, right? When people ask you for money. He's like, I don't give it. And they're like, why not? And he goes, because if I give the money to them, then I'm admitting that they need my help, that they can't do it themselves. And he says, I believe in people. I believe in their ability to do things. and they've got to grab themselves and pull themselves out of the hole that they find themselves in. Like my $10 isn't going to make anything better, so he just doesn't engage in that behavior. And I was like, wow, that's fairly thoughtful, but also kind of a little elusive. Like, now I don't have to give money to anyone because everyone's responsible for their own shit. And then you get into the whole, like, how responsible are we? Or is it predetermined? Or it gets into a whole thing. If you've been born in a different place, maybe if Jerry Seinfeld had been born in South Africa, he'd feel a little differently.
Yeah.
About the whole bootstrap thing. But I don't know, man. I don't know anything about anything. I just yammer.
We all yammer here at Sirova Priča.
Sirova Priča, samo se priča.
Do you have a joke for us?
A joke?
Yeah, you said, I'm looking at the topics. Da li imaš neki vic za nas?
Ja znam vic, evo ga.
Ajde.
Ima dečko. Dečko ima 8 godina. A puši onaj pipe.
Aha, Lulu.
Puši Lulu. I čovjek ga pita kao, što pušiš Lulu? Znaš, umrećeš. Nije to dobro za tebe, dečko. Dečko kaže, moj dede je imao 107 godine kad je umro. Čovjek kaže, da li deda pušao Lulu? Dečko kaže, ne. But he minded his own business. I don't know the punchline. How do you say that in Serbian?
Gledao je u svoja posla.
Gledao u svoja posla. Ne, ali gledao u svoja posla. You live longer, son. You live longer if you mind your own business. I love that joke.
Good one. I want to ask you, what's your favorite noise?
Oh, probably, I thought about this.
PG-13, Danny.
Yeah, no. The screams of the children when I drown their puppies. No. My favorite noise literally is, are you ready for this? The sound of a doorknob. The mechanics of a doorknob. When you like go to open the doorknob, that clicking sound that's like, it's like you can hear like things working in there.
Wait, with the key?
Not the key.
Just
the actual
handle.
Door. Yeah, the handle.
Kvaka.
Yeah, it's like,
Nice.
Like I was at this blind person camp where everyone was blind, and those people are really into sound. Mm-hmm. If you can imagine. I remember there was this one blind kid who was just sitting next to this door, and he was just opening and closing the door knob just over and over again because of the clicking sound. And I was like, what the fuck is he doing? And I was like, what's the deal there? And he's like, I just really like the sound, all the noises, all the mechanics that are happening inside the door.
When you really listen to it, you get like into the noise.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh fuck, I never thought about that. And then I thought,
nice.
Really? So I just stole his basically.
That's really nice. Like,
stole some blind kids' favorite sound.
You know what I learned this year? I was at this like open rights for everyone convention, and this one blind woman was actually speaking about the blind community here in Serbia. Okay. And in the whole Serbian area, there's only one person existing today who is professionally trained to train blind people to live on their own.
Really?
There's only one licensed professional who's capable of doing it correctly in whole Serbia.
Wow, that's 10 million. Well, how many blind people are there?
I don't know the number. I can put it on the screen.
If there's like 3 blind people, that's a pretty good ratio.
Well, I was like, damn, I didn't know that. So, and when you look like in America, you have a lot of like accessible places for the blind, for the deaf, for the, minorities. While here it's like,
Well, people here have more family.
That is correct.
So, like, you're a blind person, you've got a grandma, you got your whole family around you. In America, you need that society to kind of carry you because your family's just like, oh, that fucker's blind. I'm not driving him to the movies today, or whatever it is. I don't know. There's more. I've noticed that. Like, if you're out here and you're like, I need to move, you call your friends, your family, you get a couple beers,
like
couple
friend
pizza.
Želimir,
Everybody backs your shit up, and then you're moving. In the States, you call movers and you call rent, U-Haul rentals, and and you don't fucking. Well, I can't remember the last time I called friends to help me move.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing.
I remember one time people wanted to borrow my truck to move, and I was just like, why don't you just rent a truck?
Yeah.
And they're like, what? And I was like, look, my truck is a little pickup truck, right? For $20, you rent a big truck. You go do it in one trip. You take my truck, yeah, it's free, but you got to make 15 trips. Like that, it's not worth 15 trips. Just rent them, and it's only like $19.95 to rent a giant truck.
That's cheap.
Yeah.
Even
I mean, the mileage is where they get you.
Yeah.
It's like $19.95 for the truck, but then every mile is like, another $1. So, So you got to keep it, if it's local, it's not expensive.
Yeah.
I don't have a whole lot of family interaction in the States, but when I come here, it feels like everyone's my family. And so I got invited to your Christmas birthday.
Yeah.
Your birthday is like the 27th.
Lunch. Yeah. Birthday lunch.
So Christmas 25th, his birthday 27th. We get there. There was a goulash.
Yeah,
I believe
goulash.
there was a le pasulj. Ne pasulj.
Pa gulaš je gulaš.
Gulaš.
Yeah.
Gulaš. Jedemo gulaš. A gulaš nije bilo papreno.
Trebala je paprika ljuta.
Trebala je ljuta paprika da stavimo.
Tu su mi sve babe, dede, roditelji. Da.
7 babe, 3 dede. Razumeš?
Yeah.
No. I onda kao ljute paprike su stigli na sto, svi seckamo, svi stavimo, a jednu dedu, ne znam, koju...
Deda Mića, his name is Milan as well, yeah.
Yeah, Deda Mića. He was like, koja paprika, si Milan, ti ima paprika. Da, he was a lepo ljuta paprika. Si ti, Mija, ti ima paprika, gde ti je paprika? Evo ga tu paprika na sto. Dajde vidi papriku u šoje. Evo tu je, vidiš. He wanted to see the paprika in her dish before he believed that she had the paprika.
That was the main topic.
Yeah, I was literally, for 25 minutes, I was watching this guy go up and down the table, making sure everybody had the paprika, what they thought about the paprika. Da li bi ljuto? Milan was like, lepo ljuto, nije previše, znaš, ono lepo ljuto. And then he gets to the end, because he cuts more and more, and as you get to the top of the paprika, it gets hotter and hotter, right? So Milan puts some of the seeds in there, and he gets one of those in there, he's like, sad je toplo. We started drinking the water. It was fantastic. You know what else I thought was really cool?
What?
The waitress at that restaurant. There was, how many people were at that table? Like 10?
Like 10, yeah.
Yeah, like 10, maybe 12 people. I don't remember exactly how many. But she didn't write down a single thing. She took everybody's drink order and just like hands behind her back, like, okay, you want that, you want that, you want that. And then she came back with all the stuff that everybody wanted a different tea with a different milk. I mean, it was pretty wild.
Yeah.
I was pretty impressed with how well she took. Now, as far as like we all had the goulash and we all had the soup. So there wasn't a whole lot of like, it wasn't like really tested. It was just drinks.
Yeah.
But still, I was impressed with her ability to
I could never be a waiter just because of that.
Yeah.
I can't remember that easily. But look, if you worked in any retail or like restaurant, whatever, what like community work would you do?
Like customer service.
Customer service,
What type of customer service job
would you do?
would I engage in?
I would actually work at a movie theater.
Oh!
I would love to work like in the register, getting like popcorn, drinks.
Make recommendations?
Recommendations. That's what I would do. Or be the guy who turns on and off the lights,
It's a technical job, but you could do it.
No, you know why I would do it? Not because like, hey, I love movies. But it really fascinates me when people get out of the movies and their comments. You see all type of people. Like, for instance, when you work in a shoe shop and you see all kinds of people at a shoe shop.
Right.
You're a waiter. You see a lot of people come and go.
I got you.
I see the conversations. But I would like to see, like, there's one movie that everybody saw.
Mm-hmm. You want to see the different reactions to the same film.
That gets me thinking about people, While at a restaurant, everybody has their own shit.
Yeah.
They're on their cell phones. They have.
You could go table to table, and if like 6 people had the chicken, you could see how those people responded to the chicken.
Vraćamo se, ostanite tu u narednim minutama.
Yeah. All right, so Singer had a good question.
Singer ima dobro pitanje koje će nam sad postaviti. Singer, udari se, ili dođi vam? Dođi ovdje da postaviš. Dođi vam, dođi. Paz na kablove.
Pa recite slobodno.
Ne,
Singer, ajde, reci.
Omiljena knjiga. Koja je vaša omiljena knjiga?
Naša omiljena knjiga. Our
Wait.
favorite book.
Naša omiljena knjiga. Well, other than Nemoj biti taj lik. Other than
that.
Nemoj biti taj lik. I
Okay.
mean, that is obviously my favorite book. Because I'm in it. No, I think I like Tony Robbins, The Power Within. Anthony Robbins.
Who's that?
Yeah, exactly. He's the guru. He's the guru guy. He's the guy that's like all like, you've got the power from, and he comes up with the systems for the making your life better and all that. And I'm reading it from like the 1980s. He wrote this thing, and it's hilarious because he's talking about like Wayne Gretzky and Donald Trump as a real estate entrepreneur. So like everything in it is super dated.
Okay.
But it's all very self-help type driven. And I also like Jordan Peterson's book, The 12 Rules to Life. I think he kind of covers it in a good way. Like if you have no parents and you have no real teacher, no real influences, I think you could do a lot worse than to read Anthony Robbins' Power Within and Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules to Life. I think that'll set you on a path to discovery. It'll put you in the frame of mind to want more from your life than you already do. And I think that is the best part of a book.
Nice.
You know?
I love the book, and I've never actually talked about it. I read a book, What to Do When It's Your Turn and It's Always Your Turn. Did you read it? I think I gave it to someone and they never gave it back. Otherwise, I would have like led you the book to read it right here.
What to do when it's
easy,
your turn.
It's easy to go through.
All right.
Like it's kind of a self-help, but not to pump you up. More every page gets you thinking, but not like, what's the meaning of life?
Right.
More like your inner inner doubts. You know, I loved this one page that was talking about the fear of the unknown. That was actually my TED talk.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You did a TED talk?
You don't know? You didn't know? I did a TED talk.
TED talk. TEDx Novi Sad.
TEDx Sremski Karlovci. At my high school. That's where he lives. Yeah, that's where my high school is.
Oh,
it's
God.
like 10 minutes from here.
So I guess it's still a TED talk.
Yeah, it's on the official TED Talk site.
Nice.
Official TED Talk YouTube channel.
Okay.
And I actually had a mentor. For a professor, a mentor. And I was like, screw that. I'm not going to get ready for this. Because I know a TED Talk has a specific formula.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, my topic is the fear of the unknown. I should just get into it. And I had like fake preparation with my mentor. She was like, yeah, you got this. That was a fake topic. I went out there.
And you started a whole new thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
the great unknown. He lived it.
But I would do it much differently now because back then I was super scared. Not for doing it, but my every freaking professor was in the front row. Every professor I've had, they were all there, and I was like, shit.
But what were you thinking other than she? I mean, like, what was the real fear there?
The thing was, I wasn't that much experienced in that field to talk about it, which I'm not.
The unknown?
Like public speaking.
Okay, so just the public speaking part of it freaked you out.
Yeah, it freaked me out, and it made me like lose my vocabulary.
Interesting.
I had to speak in Serbian.
Yeah.
It would have been better for me to speak in English.
Wow.
Because I would have like better vocabulary, better like way of pronouncing words. Well, I was kind of frightened. A fear like stroked me. But after I haven't even
when
watched
you were
it.
on stage or like
On
just
stage.
before you walked out or
When I went on stage, and everybody who did their TED Talk had like a piece of paper or a presentation. I had my piece of paper, but I was like, this paper is blank. Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, but the guy before me had a really nice presentation.
Yeah.
A really nice TED Talk. And I was
Do you
like,
feel like you failed or?
No, I feel like I failed the moment that guy finished his TED Talk. Because I was like, wow. I should have been the one who went first. I should have been the one who went first. So he can do it on a high level, you know, to finish. I was the last one because I was an honorary guest. They introduced me as a sensation from that high school. He went to our school. He did it. He made it. I was like, don't introduce me like that.
Don't build it up. Don't build it up.
So yeah, but that book gave me like the topic for my TED Talk. Yeah, sweet. It's a good book.
So what was the thing? I don't do the TED Talk, but I mean, like, what was the page? What struck you on that page as being? It
struck me.
Like, what was the fear of the unknown? Like, you're just leaving me empty. I gotta know like something about it.
Yeah, it's like back in the day, we weren't given the freedom to do what we wanted. Well, now you are more in control of like your career destiny and your like life path, and you can go either route, and that can kind of freak you over. Like, it's not a problem that you don't have the freedom. The problem now is you have all the freedom, not all of it.
All the choices, right?
All the choices, and you're like, if I do this, is it gonna suck?
Yeah.
Is this gonna suck? Am I gonna fail here? Well, frick, I failed here. Now I feel like a complete idiot. Like, you're afraid of failing. You're afraid of being wrong and stuff like that. I don't want to spoil the TED Talk or whatever.
Sure.
But
I like it.
It kind of helped me out in what I do. It's like, yeah, sure. Fear, you shouldn't be scared of the fear or failing. It's like you learn from your mistakes, but on a much higher level. That every page there, like, explained every fear that I've had. I gave that book to someone. They never returned it. If you're watching this, because at the end you have like names that people can sign, you give it to other people.
Oh, really?
And decided at the end like they've read it.
And what's it called? It's called
what to do when it's your turn, and it's always your turn. I'll put the link of the book in the description, like,
sounds great.
If there's an Amazon link or whatever. Yeah. But it's in English. And
that's great.
And they have like nice stories, like they analyze the phrase from Nike, just do it.
Just do it, yeah.
What does just do it mean? What could it mean? How can you, like, you know?
Yeah.
They took real life situations and real life people, showed that from their example, and like asked you the question.
That sounds great. I'm gonna look for that book.
So that's like the book that helped me the most. But let's end this podcast.
Let's do it
in a quote.
All right, the quote. All right. One of my favorite quotes. The first time I heard it, I was like, this blew my mind. And I was like, this is perfect for... It really shapes a lot of the way I think.
Okay.
Right? It's a quote by Nietzsche.
The Eastern philosopher?
No,
Western. Sorry, Western.
It's okay.
Oh my God, I'm so stupid. Okay.
It's cool, bro. Don't worry about it. The German guy, Nietzsche. Friedrich Nietzsche.
Can you spell his name?
No, probably not.
Watch the epic rap battle where he spells it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Oh. He said, and I'll end any motherfucker like my name in a spelling bee.
That's a good one.
Okay, sorry for interrupting you.
Yeah. His quote that I really liked was, what is the truth but a lie agreed upon? If you get enough people to agree that something's the truth, then it is. You know? So everything's a lie unless you can get enough people to agree that it's the truth, and then it becomes the truth. And I think that's kind of like where we're at as a society, the darker thought of the day.
That's actually well said. Well said.
What is the truth but a lie agreed upon?
I'm not going to say a quote because this is a perfect quote to end upon, you know. I don't want to ruin it.
You should have gone first, huh?
I should have gone first because I don't have a quote in my head, you know.
Yeah, okay. We'll just say.
But I do have something that you said to me that I always like repeat to people.
Okay.
When we first met back in 2015, like in January 2015,
God.
We met like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
We met 5 years ago.
Wild ride.
You said to me, like, we were sitting in your hotel room. Peter was there, Chile.
With all of our clothes on.
With all of our clothes on,
Get it
and
weird.
you said to me, like, I mean, this wasn't the topic, but you were like, this is it, man. You're doing it. You're actually doing it. But don't worry. when you look at your audience and you see all of those 13-year-old girls, don't worry, man, because in 5 years, oh boy, they'll still be 13. It's a good freaking joke.
Yeah.
I actually used it. I used it as
Still be 13.
I used it at stand-up, the open mic that we did.
Yeah, I remember.
I did 2 stand-up open mics.
You'd think they turn 18, but by the time they're 18, they don't want to watch you anymore.
That's actually the harsh truth.
Yeah.
I mean, I was never looking at fans that way, but a lot of YouTubers here and in the world are like, let's get the girls.
How dare they?
How dare they?
Those Harvey Weinstein motherfuckers.
And we did the open mic, and the thing we also did was the Yotse Ninja show.
Yeah,
The Yotse
that was
Ninja.
big.
Yeah.
There's a couple people, when I got my hair cut, they were like, you're on the show, what was it like? And I was like, those guys do drugs.
No.
Hard drugs.
They were chill.
No, they were super chill,
Super
but
chill,
I
yeah.
like spreading terrible rumors. So I just plant the seed.
I'm
of,
also surprised like how many people actually like that I know watch Yotse Ninja show.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I hope that their career really goes up. And
I think it will.
Danny, do you know what ida gas means?
Yeah, give gas. That's what it means. I know your tricks.
No, really, but it's a thing that everybody's saying. Like it's like damn Daniel, or whatever.
I was on this one cruise ship once with 14 women, and they were
And
all...
we're ending this podcast.
No. They were a bachelorette party, and they rented this pirate ship. And we were out in the Black Sea, I think, over in Bulgaria. And we were all screaming and dancing and getting wildly drunk and in bikinis and stuff. And there was... everyone kept saying, "Die gas! Die gas!" So I think it's kind of like that. Like, die gas. Just, die gas!
Yeah, nice.
And that just meant drive the boat faster, turn the music up louder,
Yeah.
turn the diarrhea down. Although I couldn't do that. It was for me, it was just gas!
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, Danny, I'm glad we did this podcast.
Me too, buddy.
I hope that the people at home or at work or wherever they are in the bathroom didn't mind that we spoke in English.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I figure,
Yeah, it's better.
I hope they do. I hope they understand me.
Yeah.
But, it's all, yeah. Podcasts are fun because you just put it on in the background. It's like, you're not alone, but you are.
I hope that my voice isn't like destroying the microphone. I mean, you're a natural.
Are we supposed to put a thing over the thing?
These aren't required to have them, but my voice is. Are we sounding good? Singer says it's good. So if it sucks, it's on Singer. You can find Danny on Instagram and YouTube. All of the links are going to be in the description below, or the doobly-doo, as they say.
The doobly-doo.
And,
you nerd fighter?
Yeah. And yeah, what else to say than thank you for supporting this podcast. I know that the YouTube algorithm is like destroying it, podcasts, because no one watches the whole thing. But if you're watching it now, thanks, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah. They
We
do a
really
lot of
do.
work. They do a lot of work getting this stuff together. So you guys should, setting up the cameras, the tripods, and all that stuff. It took almost 15 minutes to put all this stuff together.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you. Thank you. You can see all of the podcasts somewhere here. And thank you. Keep smiling, Buddhas.